Hello, this is Jella Tolentino and I'll be discussing rename of relational algebra. The rename operator is used to give a name to results or output of queries, returns of selection, statements, and views of queries that we would like to view at some other point in time. The rename operator is symbolized by rho. The general syntax for rename operator is rho is the rename operation, S is the new relation name, B1, B2, B3, and etc. are the new rename attributes or columns. R is the relation or table from which the attributes are chosen. For example, rho R E, where rho is the rename operator, E is the existing relation name, and R is the new relation name. So we have rho student std underscore table. So the original name of the table is std underscore table, and we're going to rename it to student. Another example is, what if we want to change the column name of empno and DOB from the employee table? To rename the attributes in a relation, we simply list the new attribute names in parentheses. So rho E, which is the alias of employee, then we have employee number and birth date. If no renaming is applied, the names of the attributes in the resulting relation of a select operation are the same as those in the original relation and in the same order. So in SQL, a single query typically represents a complex relational algebra expression. Renaming in SQL is accomplished by aliasing using as. So for example, this one, so in SQL, we do it this way. So we have select e.dob as birth date, e.empno as employee underscore number from the employee table, and we set its alias as E. So for comparison, the first one is for relational algebra and the second one is for the SQL. As you can see, we have rho, E, and then employee underscore number, and birth underscore date, which is under the employee table. So select e.dob as birth underscore date, e.empno as employee underscore number from employee as E. So rho on our first bullet is equivalent to as on our SQL, where E after the rho is equivalent to our E on SQL, which is the one employee as E. So employee underscore number is the alias of e.empno, and birth underscore date is the alias of e.dob. So during self-join operations, there is no need to differentiate two same tables. This can be done by renaming operator on tables comes into picture. If tables have same column names, then it is always better to rename the columns to differentiate them. So for example, we want to join these two tables. So we have employee table, which is E, and the second table is for the department, which is D. So we want to join these tables, but several columns in the result will have the same name, which is the NR and the name. So as you can see on our table E, we have NR column and we also have name column. Same with table D. So the solution for this is to rename the attributes using the rename operator. So as you can see, we have three tables below. The first one is for our employee table, which is the E, and the second table is the department, which is the D, and the third one is the result. So for relational algebra, we have row, then ENR, E-name, and department. Then those columns are under our E table, which is the employee. Then we're going to join the department table with it. So the department column on employee should be equal to the NR values of the department table. So in SQL, we're going to select NR as and set its alias as ENR, E.name as ename, E.depth, D.nr as DNR from the department table, D.name as DName, from E as E, then D as D. So I just set its alias the same. Then where the depth is equals to D.nr. So the result are, so as you can see on our first column on the result table, we have ENR, E-name, and the depth. So ENR and E-name comes from the employee table, where the DNR and D-name comes from the department table. So we already joined two tables and be able to apply the rename. Next example is, what if we want to join these tables, but how do we express the join condition when there are two columns called NR? So we're going to use the same table, which is the employee and the department. So the solution for this is keep the names and prefix them with the table name as is done in SQL. So this is somewhat unorthodox. So we also have the relational algebra for this, and SQL, and the result table, and the two tables we use. So we have the employee table, which is the E, then the department table, which is the D. So for the relational algebra, we join the employee table to D. So the employee.depth must be equals to the department.nr. And for SQL, we're going to select all the columns from employee table and from the department table. So the employee.depth must be equals to the department.nr. As you can see on the third table, which is the result, so we have two NR column and two column name. So, and a single department column. So basically, it shows that we combine these two tables and we use the same column name. So that's it. Those are my basic example for rename on relational algebra. I hope this video helps you understand relational algebra. So that's it. Here are my references. So feel free to check it out, and thank you very much.